craft time with me, Elisha on NSK TV. Today we're going to be doing something very magical. Almost as magical as Disney princesses and mermaids, but these are what Disney princesses need as sidekicks. So we're going to be making our very own unicorn bobbleheads. How cool does that look? So the little head moves just like this, and it has a rainbow tail and rainbow hair and a very shiny and sparkly unicorn horn. So would you like to make your very own one of these, boys and girls? I can't hear you. You're very quiet again. Look, we've been through this. We need to wake up and shake up, okay? And I want you to shout as loud as you can on the count of 3, because we're going to be making our very own unicorn bobbleheads. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Whoa. That was okay, but I think you could do better. Just a tiny little bit better. I think it's because Sarah and Craig didn't join in. That's why. You need to shout louder than that, okay? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Wow! That was so loud! Oh, I'm gonna have to go back to get my ears checked, boys and girls. You're costing all these money for me. Right, anyway, we're going to get started on how to make these, so stay tuned and then we'll get on with our magical adventure. Let's go! So boys and girls, this is a super easy craft to make and we don't need a lot of supplies, but what we do need is 1 sheet of A4 paper like this. You can have it in white or you can use colour paper, whatever you want, but remember that it's going to be your unicorn's head and body. Now, to add on our colour to our rainbow unicorn tail and hair, we need lots and lots of different colours. Now, I'm using gel pens because they're shiny and they're super duper sparkly, but you can use colouring pencils, you can use felt tips, Sharpies, even paints if you want to, whatever you want as long as you've got a full variety of colour. We're also going to need a pen and a pencil. Make sure the pen is a black fine liner or a black biro, and the pencil, just any pencil you want as long as it can rub out easily later. This is to mark out our features on our unicorn and to add extra detail to the face. And last but not least, boys and girls, see, I told you this was a really easy craft to make, but all we need now is glue and scissors. Now remember, with our scissors, they are super sharp, so be careful when you're using them, or if you're too young to use them, then make sure you have an adult to use them for you in order to cut out your unicorn body and head. The glue, we're going to need a trusty one, so get a prick stick or get PVA glue, whatever, to make sure that the unicorn sticks together. And that's it, we've got all of our supplies, so let's get started to make our very own unicorn bobblehead. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is cut out the main body of our unicorn. So grab a ruler and we need the whole side of this A4 piece of paper. Make sure that it's thick enough for a body, so I'll say about there, and then just grab your pencil and draw that line and then cut it out. Now make sure that this excess piece of paper that you've got here, you put it aside because we'll still need to use this later on in our craft. So once we've cut out this strip of paper, grab your ruler again, measure out how long it is, so I know that this is 30 centimetres long, and we're going to split it down the middle, so half of 30 is 15. Now 15's here, so just use your pencil and mark up on the paper where 15 is. This will then help us determine how to fold the body correctly. Now all you need to do to fold the body is grab one side, and we're just going to fold that in to where our half point is. So just fold that in and then mark it off. Fold that back out and then grab the other side and repeat that step again. So just fold in and mark it off. Just like that. This is then going to mark our body, so all we need to do is grab the 2 tabs that we folded off, and you're just going to put them on top of each other like so, and that creates this body of our unicorn. So grab your glue stick, put glue on one side of the tab and then stick it on so we have that natural arch of paper there. So once we've cut out and stuck our body together, then we can grab this excess piece of paper that we have from earlier and use it for the detailings to go on our unicorn. So in order to do that, again, just grab your ruler, and we need about this big of strip here. So again, grab your pencil, mark it off and cut it off. This will make our head and our legs. So once we have that strip of paper, then just make sure you fold it in half correctly and cut it off. This will then make the head and then the legs. So in order to make the head, all you need to do is grab your pencil. We're just going to create this arch, go in here, and make sure that it can then level up with the other side of the paper. Like so. So you've got this almost half circle that's broken up here to make the little chin, but then for the top we need to add our ears and our unicorn horn. So try and roughly find the middle, let's say around here, to make our unicorn horn, like so. Then our ears are going to come off there. Try and give them a little bit of a curve, just because they're not as pointy as the unicorn horn. And then join up the ears to the horn, and then your ears going down to the rest of the face, like so. Then just cut this out, and then we can start to add the detailing on after. So once you've cut that out, then just grab a rubber and rub out the lines that you've got left over from the pencil. Okay, so now is the really fun part, because we get to add our colour and detailing onto our unicorn face. So I'm firstly going to start off with colouring in the horn. So I've got this glittery gold gel pen here that I'm going to use to colour in the horn at the top. So grab the pen and start to colour it in. There we go. So once we've got our horn coloured in on our unicorn, I also put it over a piece of paper just to make it a little bit easier to colour, and so I didn't get any colour on my table. But now we can move on to the ears. So grab a pink for the ears. Again, I've just got this gel pen here, and we're just going to draw a very tiny triangle in each ear, almost mimicking the shape of the ear itself. Then just colour it in. And there we go, we've got our ears. So now we can move on to our hair of our unicorn. So grab all the colours of your rainbow, and like I've just done on this one, just put them in little tiny stripes, almost like a little fringe on our unicorn. So once we've added our colourful rainbow hair to our unicorn face, now we can use our black fine liner or black biro to add detailing to the face. So just grab your black fine liner and draw on your eyes. So I'm just going to do 2 little lines like this, and then draw some eyelashes on at the ends. Then just grab your pink pen and do 2 half circles like this at the bottom to add nostrils to our unicorn face. And there we go, we've finished our unicorn face. So now time to move on to the legs and the tail, and then we can stick it all to our body. Now to do the legs, all we need to do is get our pencil again, and we're just going to create these half circles here at the bottom of the paper. Just a rough sketch because we'll be cutting them out and then rubbing out the pencil marks. But they should look something like this. Now we don't want it to go all the way up to the top of the paper, because we do need this bit to be stuck on to the bottom of the body. So just add little tiny legs which will be at the front. So once we've cut out our 2 legs like this, make sure you don't put the line all the way up to the top, because we still need this block here to stick onto the bottom of the body. But all we need to do now to add our detailing on is grab our pink fine liner or our pink pen and just draw 2 half circles at the bottom of our legs, adding little hoofs on there. And there we go, we finished our legs. So now to move on to our rainbow tail. Now for our tail, just cut off another strip of paper from that excess paper we had last time. Grab your pencil, and what we want to do is create a line here that kind of goes up and then down and then comes to a point. So you've got this almost wave of a line here. Then mark this with another line going up, down, but make sure it comes thin so that the end is a point, just like that. Then that makes our tail for our unicorn, and we can start to colour that in. And I'm going to mimic how I did with the hair on our unicorn face in the same order for our unicorn tail. So just colour it in with your gel pens, and then we'll stick it all on at the end. added in our rainbow tail, now we can cut it out and we can stick everything onto our unicorn body. So now that we have all of our different elements of our unicorn, we can now stick them on to our body that we made earlier. So first of all, let's start off with the legs. So grab your Pritt stick or your glue, and you're just going to want to glue along this block here that we left free. So just put glue across there, and then just stick your body over the top like so. Squish it down on the other side, and then there we go, we've got our legs onto our body. Now we can move on to our heads. Now for the head, we need to grab a scrap piece of paper that we have, and we just need to cut off a little tiny section like so. Now, because the head has to be a bobble head, we need to do this almost accordion fold. So what you do for that is you fold a little section of it this way, like so, turn it around and fold the same amount of that section the other way, turn it round, and just repeat that process over and over again of turning it round, folding it, turning it around and folding it again. So there we go, and we've got this fold here which will make our heads bubble on our little unicorns. So then all you need to do is put your glue across one of the tabs here, and then just stick that onto the body. Make sure that everything's still folded up. It should look something like this. And grab your glue again, and we're going to pull it along the end tab, so the tab that isn't folded, like that, and then we can stick it onto the back of our unicorn heads like so. So once you've stuck it on, make sure, because it's probably become unfolded along the way, so then just make sure that it all folds back up, press it down a little bit, and then let go, and it should bubble. Then once we've got the head stuck on like that, if we turn it round, we can grab our tail. For our tail, it's probably folded over like this because of the amount of colour that we've got on there, but just like the head, just fold it over a little tiny bit at the end. Get your glue and stick your glue along that section there, and then we need to stick that on the back here. Make sure it's fully stuck on, but the reason why it has to be folded is because then it looks like it's naturally coming out of the back of our unicorn. And just like that, we've made our very own unicorn bobblehead. And there we go, boys and girls, we've made our very own magical unicorn bobblehead. How cool does that look? Now the good thing about these is you can leave it on a flat surface and you just rock it gently using its feet, and its head will just bobble like crazy, which I think is really cool to watch. So I hope you've enjoyed this craft, and I hope you use it all throughout the week until we see you next time on Craft Time with Elisha on NSK TV. Have a good week, stay safe everyone, bye!